What? Yeah. Where are you gonna eat for dinner?
Y'all still playing?
He got off to go eat or something like that.
Finished watching a movie. It's pretty good.
What movie you watching?
The Hateful,
What is it?
the Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I've seen things about that.
Director is Quentin Tarantino, and it starred fucking can't think of his name right now. Shit.
The Hateful Eight, a cowboy movie?
It's like an old western, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you'd call it a cowboy movie. It's like a couple years after Civil War.
Got you.
But I can't think of his name. Hold on. Samuel L. Jackson and Kurt Russell. I mean, it's a pretty good movie. Would recommend.
I'll have to check it out. That's a movie I saw previews for, and I never like actually went to the theaters to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 3 hours long. So like, you need some time if you want to watch it.
Right.
I don't know. I finished the last season that they're doing of The Walking Dead since all of it's on Netflix, and I just kind of don't have anything to watch.
Yeah, hopefully soon they'll have the... They're supposed to have spin-off series with... There's one for Rick and Michonne, one for Daryl and Carol, and then one with Negan and Maggie, and I imagine what they'll more than likely do is whichever ones are successful, they'll keep, whatever ones aren't, they'll cancel. Or if they're all successful, they might just have those characters come back as their own little show.
Well, I think even if it's not very successful, they'll keep doing it until they finish it, because think about Fear the Walking Dead. That's not that successful, but they did like 9 seasons of it.
Yeah. Isn't it still going, or did they finally finish it? Because I could have swore that's still going, but I might be wrong.
I think it is. And it's... Season 8 will be the final of the series, and I think Season 8 is coming out. The 8th and final season of Fear the Walking Dead American. Premiere May 14th, 2023. So last month, right?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be 12 episodes, and they've only done 6 so far. Or at least 6. Or no. So they're releasing...
Yeah, hold on one sec. Okay, I got one. Go ahead. They're releasing
the first
what?
3 episodes. It was May 14th, May 21st, and May 28th of this year. And then the next, like, 4, 5, and 6 are June 4th, June 11th, and June 18th. I don't know why they're doing it that far away, but...
Right.
But it's probably like an AMC only thing, right? I haven't seen it on any other platform. I've never even just, like, watched that, though.
It's a good show, but they do this thing where, like, basically all of the main characters die. And then the show ends up getting carried on by side.
He leaves the main series, right?
Yeah. He like
He goes over
wanders
there
and then he's found
doesn't
by
like
those
a
people.
nuke go off or some shit by like some cartel. It's like it's weird.
Yeah, there's a lot more like off the
Outlandish.
fucking wall shit. Yeah, they definitely take more liberties with that because that was never. None of the characters there are based on comics besides, you know, Morgan being like a comic character.
I don't know. I like the majority of the Walking Dead. Have you watched all of it?
Yeah, yeah, I watched it all as it came out.
So you know what happens at like the end of the series thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought it was it was kind of good. The whole
Yeah,
last season. It turned from an apocalypse show to a dystopian show.
well, my problem with it was it turned into like a Survivor zombie show to like everyone sing Kumbaya.
Yeah, it was like a dystopian. I went from literally an apocalypse to a dystopian with like no. I mean, there was just no urgency really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of my favorite seasons was like, dude, I wish Glenn never died. The show would have been so much better if he never died.
Yeah, but that was one of the few moments for me in television that made me like yell. Because like that
Dude,
Abraham dies clearly, and then Glenn, like out of nowhere, he just cracks Glenn's skull too.
Yeah, I never really. I mean, I like the Abraham's character, but not as much as Glenn's.
Yeah.
Same as Herschel.
Yeah.
Herschel was another big death.
My favorite other than Glenn that died was probably Shane. Only because Shane was on the apocalypse shit within the first few days. Like, yeah, there was no, like, teaching him what needed to be done. He just was on that shit to where Rick, it took a fucking minute for him to, like, realize what the fuck was going on. Like, fully grasp it.
Yeah.
Like, how he was, like, at the very beginning, he's, like, helping Herschel, like, round together those zombies because he's trying to respect him or whatever. Like, the why is he still coming speech Shane gives while he's shooting that zombie in the chest. There's his vital, there's lungs, it's heart, it's head, why is he still coming? And Rick goes, Shane, enough. And he's like, you know what, Rick, that is enough. Shoots the motherfucker in its head.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the first couple of seasons. I felt like the show kind of. I'm not a huge drama person though, and I guess that's kind of what the whole beginning of it was based off of. I like the early Alexandria, though.
Yeah. My favorite arc was
seasons.
probably. I'd probably say it would be the governor. Like just him, or not the governor, Negan. Like his introduction, how they live with him, Carl's death, how that like rips Negan apart too. Like that whole area was nice. And then when Rick finally slits his throat and chooses to save him, that was probably peak for me for that show.
I really like Glenn's character. So whenever he was gone, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like once you get rid of so many characters, you just stop really caring about the characters on the thing. That's why like I feel like the last 3 seasons were just kind of not that great. You didn't have Michonne, you didn't have Carl, you didn't have Glenn, you didn't have Rick.
Yeah.
You had Maggie, but it wasn't Maggie. It was like.
It was like Daryl, Carol, and Negan all carried the last season on their shoulders. Like there were no other remarkable characters that did anything like remotely memorable. I mean, there was Sasha, or I think her name was Sasha, the Dominican bitch who has the kid with Gabriel. Maybe that's that's Rosita.
No.
Rosita. I liked her character a lot, but
Sasha
other than
died
that,
in
everyone's kind of shitty. Yep.
Yeah, but I didn't care when she died at the end.
That sucked for me, but it was just like, you know, whatever. She's just another character. It wasn't as impactful
I was
as.
kind of skipping through it. Did she get bit when she fell off the thing? Is that what happened?
Yeah, while she was defending the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate when they do gotcha deaths like that. Because the whole point of
she lived and then she's dead.
Yeah, the whole point of a gotcha death is that character's gonna die anyway later. Like they did that with Glenn, where when he's in that episode with the Everybody Hates Chris kid, and they go under the, like he gets basically torn apart by zombies. Well, like they show him thrown into the zombies, and they're like, it's clear that he just got eaten alive, and then it's like, no, he climbed under the dumpster, and they ain't know how to lay down and get him. So it's like, okay, and then like a week later he dies. And then they do it with Sasha, and they did it with a couple other people too. It's just annoying. Just kill them. Just fucking do it. Don't warm me up to the idea and then do it. Just fucking do it if you're gonna do it.
I think Glenn was the one character that lasted the longest that I had, like, I actually really, like, liked on the show. Yeah. Tyrese was one, T-Dog was one.
I love T-Dog.
What was the Dale? Dale's one?
Yeah, Dale's good.
The thing, I think Glenn had the biggest arc and like learning and changing as a person throughout the whole show, right?
Yeah. Most characters did all their changing within the first season of them being introduced, and then never, like they were like just static characters for the rest of their lifetime on the show.
Was different, right? He kind of changed throughout, but like he kind of, when you know when after the prison when he gets split off and Rick like bites the guy's throat.
Yeah.
I would say that's about where he just stopped growing as a character. After that, it's just like not really different. Like Glenn, so you had Dale's death, and then after that he learned about like all the RV and stuff, and whenever people asked him how he learned it, he would just like walk away.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to talk about it. And then he learned from Herschel. And then he kind of taught a little bit of that to that one chick. I can't think of her name. Maggie's helper in Hilltop. I can't think of his name.
Fuck yeah.
The one that Carl like dated before he died.
Oh, Enid.
Yeah. Which she was also another character that was kind of, I don't know.
I liked Enid, but she was a mid character. Her whole personality was, I kind of want to fuck Carl.
Yeah.
I'm back, by the way. Make sure.
Coming back, you stupid bitch.
I thought they were doing Rick movies. What happened to that?
Oh, so they were gonna do movies, and then they announced that they weren't going to do them any longer, and they were gonna do all 3 of the spin-off series. So the movies were gonna wrap up Rick and Michonne finding each other, like how it left off during the last episode, where Michonne is going to go find Rick. Judith is seemingly trying to set out and find her mom, and the movies would set up basically the family reuniting. And it was supposed to be a trilogy. So I imagine first movie's them finding each other, second movie's them returning to Alexandria, and then third would probably be them conquering a threat. And then that's The Walking Dead. But yeah, they said no.
You have 2 different places, right? You have the Commonwealth and you have where Rick went. And if, like I've seen a lot of theories of it, right?
Mm.
And the place where Rick went, you know how it's like 3 rings? It's supposed to be 3 cities.
Gotcha.
Like 3 major cities, and it's the biggest group of people. So you had the Commonwealth, which was supposedly 50,000, but it never even seemed like that. It seemed like 1,000 at max throughout the entirety of that place. And then you have the place that Rick went, which has helicopters and shit like that too. I think it'd be a lot of people. Who knows?
The weird thing about Rick being alive in the show too is in the comics he died pretty early on. And it was Carl who survived him. And I'm pretty sure Carl still dies at some point. But with the way the show got set up, Chandler Riggs wanted to leave the show so he could go to college. And he also had a bunch of independent shit. Like Chandler Riggs has a Twitch channel where he was doing a TV show in VR chat, where he was like using external tools to be able to like record himself and his friends doing the script and shit. And you can go and watch it. It's really shitty, mind you. But his Twitch channel is just nothing but episodes of him and his friends making this TV show they wanted to make in VR chat, where it's like a space drama. And he went off to college and did little projects here and there like that. So they killed his character in the show. And because they killed his character in the show, he like in the comics, Carl steps up a lot more since his dad dies, but because Carl, you know, Carl's actor wanted to go bye-bye, they're like, well, fuck, I guess we will continue with Andrew Lincoln instead of killing him like we planned, and then he remained the main character of the show. It's what I would call the Goku effect. I don't know if you know much about Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, but in that show, in Dragon Ball Z, Goku has a son named Gohan, and throughout the arc of the show, it's discovered that half Saiyan, half humans are more powerful than full-bred Saiyans. So Akira Toriyama was trying to write it to where Gohan's son would eventually be stronger than Goku and become the main character of the show. But there was, extenuating circumstances and shit that had happened where instead of that happening, what's his name? Sean Schemmel ended up staying the voice of Goku and ended up staying as the main character of the show, despite their initial plans to move it on to the son of the show. Which is kind of weird, but...
Which is, thank God they didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, now they're doing things like the Dragon Ball superhero movie where Gohan has that, like, beast form or whatever. So he might still end up being that way, but we'll see. Why?
I think there's going to be another Tournament Power 2.
They need to. That was the most turnt shit they've ever produced.
If you think about it, right, there's more universes because, you know, how they resurrected all the other ones.
Yeah.
You watched the whole...
Yeah, I've seen all of it.
Okay, alright. So there's going to be those other universes, so...
Hey, 1 second. I'm going to grab a drink. I can hear you. I'm just grabbing Macy a drink, but you can continue. Just, if I don't say anything, that's fine.
No, I'm just saying it makes sense because, you know, the other... I mean, they said that the other universes were a lot stronger than the ones that were, I guess you say, alive. So it'd be dope for power-ups like that.
Yeah,
it'd be like
sick.
Jiren, and then Top, he's a god of the destruction now, getting stronger, blah blah, all that shit.
What did you watch? Did you watch Battle of the Gods? Or not Battle of the Gods? It's the new Broly movie that was put out in like 2018.
Yeah, I watched everything Dragon Ball Z.
So the Broly movie, as you saw, he like, do you know like classic Broly?
Yeah.
Like classic Broly was a fucking psychopath and couldn't talk, and the only thing he said was Goku's name.
Kakarot.
Yeah. So like the way they revamped him, he's actually intelligent, and at the end of the movie, like basically Goku, Vegeta, Whis, and Beerus all take it upon themselves to like train him because in theory he's stronger than Goku, and Vegeta just needs to harness his shit.
His potential of growth.
Yeah, so that would be
insane.
Goku and Vegeta are kind of like juggernauts of Universe 6, but
well,
I mean, if they harnessed his ass, it would be retarded. So they probably will do some form of tournament at some point, but I don't know how that Manu or whatever that new arc pans out because I haven't looked into it.